We jumped from $1,000 deals to literally $25,000 deals in less than a month starting my agency.
I was able to charge 10,000 euros for that project.
Because that 10,000 euros project turned into a monthly contract, and I remember you hired someone else from the accelerator to work
Exactly.
on it, right?
It was absolutely a crazy experience, for me.
It's between $2,000 and $5,000 every month that you get working for this client.
The only thing I'm afraid of right now is scaling too quickly, because I see how easy it is to find clients in this AI space.
Assalamu alaikum, Zaurbek here. Today I want to share with you a video breaking down how 3 brothers in the community started their AI agency from scratch. They're going to share everything with you, how they got their first client, how much they charged, how they're able to do this outside of their day job, so that you can learn, copy everything without buying my course. Let's begin. Bismillah. Hey Ziad, it's been great to see your growth over just the past few months. Can you tell me where were you in your business and just your life situation when you first met me, and where are you right now?
Yeah, so thanks for having me here. So when I first met you, I was essentially all about the micro SaaS and building like software as a service, products that can give me passive income, and I was just really trying to create all these different ideas. And I joined your Discord server after seeing that you're doing this challenge where you, as a senior engineer, are reviewing other projects. So I was working on something called Huddle Hire. It was a software for people to scan, for HR managers to scan the resumes of people and to score them. And I made a submission. And then from them, I just got exposed to this huge community and went to this huge rabbit hole and built a lot of relationships with people. But essentially, this was my main focus, just building software as a service products.
Nice. And you had the job as well, right? I think you're a student and you had the job and you were trying to build like some side incomes. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I was working full time at the startup. I think it was at the time, right? I wanted to obviously like improve a little bit my income. It wasn't great because junior engineer plus startup. That's always in Europe, especially. That's always a recipe for low pay. So yeah, that was how it.
And then now, since then, you started offering your services like AI development services. Can you walk me through like some of the projects that you worked on, some of the like deals that you got?
Yeah, so prior to actually like meeting you and like joining the whole community, I was essentially only involved in one small freelance project. I was having a hard time marketing myself. I was having a hard time doing proposals. It was just really kind of a shot in the blue, and I kind of got it. I was working for over the summer before I joined. Actually, it was just on a small logistics software I helped along, and it felt really like an actual job. It wasn't really independent, right? And I don't think I would have been capable of like leading independently a project and like delivering it at the end. So yeah.
So you had one project before, like one freelance project before, right? That was the only experience you had really like making money
That was
online,
the one track
essentially
where I was
working
like,
with clients.
I shouldn't even be mentioning it because technically it was like a job. I was working along aside the senior. It was just, hey, there's these issues, there's these issues, but I'm mentioning it because it just shows how absolutely dependent I am on like other people and like for them to just really manage the work. But like freelance experience, like marketing
Yeah.
myself and making a business, that was a whole different story.
And can you tell me more about like through the community, through the accelerator, what are some of the projects and some of the deals that you got?
So yeah, so initially I was building that's SaaS stuff, and it didn't end up working out. But I still kept close contact with the community. I met a lot of great people, and then one day I got an email because I was also subscribed to your newsletter, as everybody else should, and I got an advertisement for a project, that is education tech. Try. In the AI space, and I thought, okay, well, I have decent experience with OpenAI and all that stuff. Why just not apply? And I sent over a Loom video of a Huddle Hire, and I was walking them through it and other little SaaS I've been creating over the time, and also my CV. And then, surprisingly, I just got an email back, and this is how I got closer contact with you, Zaurbek, and the rest is history. Then I got introduced to the client. That's the first thing.
Yeah, this was basically for context where everyone is a friend of mine who was looking to hire a developer to build an MVP for his startup idea. and he asked me like, "Do I know some good developers?" And I have like, "Yeah, I have some good developers in the program." So I made an announcement. I said, "This is the project. This is like roughly the potential revenue, etc., that you can get, and then who is interested, just apply. Send me your best project, and I'll select the best developer." And you were one of the few who applied. There was like a short list of 3 candidates who were selected. I sent them to the client, and he selected you essentially for it, and then you were able to land the deal. Can you remind me what was the amount of that deal again?
Yes, I was able to charge 10,000 euros for that project.
Hmm.
I reserved over a span of 2 months, and I kind of it was essentially just creating an MVP from scratch
Hmm.
that manifested an idea and integrated AI into it. So yeah, it was a very
Nice.
straightforward deal.
And then you ended up, because that $10,000 or 10,000 euros project turned into a monthly contract, like a monthly deal. And I remember you hired someone else from the accelerator to work
Exactly.
on it, right?
It was absolutely a crazy experience, for me, because I found, okay, I had some budget left and the scope of the project was growing, and the client felt like he would like to pursue a working relationship with me. So yeah, I worked something out with them, and I was able to hire somebody, and then doing that, and yeah, coincidentally, that person was from the accelerator, and super cool guy, and he till today he's doing great work on that very specific project.
Mm. Awesome, awesome. And the funny thing is, also, I ended up hiring you again for another project, this time for my agency. Because for context, everyone watching me, but not everyone has context, is I have my own AI development company where we build like AI solutions for businesses as well. So sometimes for some projects that I'm not taking myself, I just distribute it to members of the accelerator. And sometimes I would just take this project. It kind of depends on my availability, like what I'm doing at the time. And I landed this specific project, and I was like, actually, I remember Ziad in the community is very active. He's like building good stuff, and I have trust that in your skills, that if I give you something, you're gonna deliver and you can do it professionally. And so I ended up hiring you for this other project, which was, maybe you actually can describe the project, that law firm automation project.
Exactly. So I got hired for your business to build for a law firm a Chrome extension that can handle, the automatic filling out of documents. So obviously, as you guys know, law firms, they deal with a lot of bureaucracy. There have to be like dozens of forms that have to be filled out and sent to the court. And if there's one mistake, it has to be sent back.
Mm.
And they've been already using a software, a very established enterprise thing, but it is not very good at consistently filling out everything. And then, yeah, they wanted a Chrome extension that with AI automatically can just detect that, hey, I'm on this form and I'm trying to fill something out. Please, deal with the filling out automatically. And this was a very straightforward thing.
Yeah, and hopefully this project will turn into a long-term deal, because we already have like potential of extra features we can add. That's like one of my goals as well, is I want to take this client and try to see if we can have like a long-term relationship, where we have like a monthly scope of work that we can do for them. That would be pretty cool.
Sure.
Also, something I'm curious is, you mentioned like joining the community and everything. Were there other communities that you joined, or other programs you joined before joining the Codebender community, Codebender Accelerator? I'm just curious. And if you did, like, how is it different from what you saw
So I must admit that
in
I
this?
was absolutely, yeah. So I was absolutely super strictly against joining communities like this. I was kind of, obviously, the environment that we kind of came up with now is not very friendly towards accelerators and like programs that help you advance business or career, right? Like obviously the Andrew Tate Hustlers University,
Mm.
and then a lot of people made videos exposing it, that it's really just recycled washed up information, and oh, you have to have the great mindset, and oh, you just have to
Yeah, they have
repost.
like the first 10 modules is just about the mindset.
Exactly. First 10 modules are about the mindset. And then, oh, yeah, have you thought about social media marketing, which is
Mm.
like, or drop shipping? So I was really kind of against any of that. I was just like, okay, I'm going to, try to go at it myself. You can't really trust the people. But since I organically joined the Codebender community, right, I wasn't really um, coming from it from a perspective, oh, I'm going to join this program right now. But then after seeing kind of how this community works from the inside, I kind of like went like, okay, I think this is worth investing in and
Mm.
investing time and effort in. So yeah, I joined.
Awesome. How would you say actually your mindset changes around business and around what you can do, like as a developer, like someone who has a job and is trying to grow and make money through like other means? How would you say your mindset has changed like those past couple of months?
Yeah, I think if you focus too much on the technical part, you probably are going to get left behind, right? I always came from this perspective that okay, my technical skills are the one that the ones that are going to matter the most, right? And I felt it was impressive that I can now implement my own authentication system and like whatever. Oh yeah, I can roll my own auth and you know I know how all that works and whatever. But it two things changed essentially. First of all, um, my resourcefulness as a developer, right?
Mm,
Prioritize getting things done and making them work reliably, you know, as opposed to just dragging things along and like trying to over engineer in the beginning, right? That's what agile is all about, but I still really didn't understand it at the end of the day. But right, like if you asked me 2 years ago, or for example maybe before joining the accelerator, I would probably have, you know, over engineered a lot of solutions. But
mm,
now I realize, okay, people don't care about whether you're using this or this framework. People are caring about how it performs, how it works, is it user friendly, and stuff like that. So you just really change the way you think about building software. So that's the
mm.
first thing. The other thing
Yeah,
is obviously,
clients, they only care, you know, like fundamentally what clients care about is that your solution works well, that it's delivered quickly and at a reasonable price, right? So that they have good return on investment. That's all they care about. They don't care if you use Next.js or Angular or something like that, like which fancy tools you used, because they don't even understand what it is. Like they're not engineers themselves. Like most of those clients that we work with, like now those like business owners that need AI solutions, they just want it to work well, like be reliable, that you implement it fast, and at a good price. That's all. That's like the three variables.
exactly.
Mm,
And yeah, and the other aspect was essentially just making sure that I communicate well and that I market myself, right? If I close
mm,
the room into myself and just live a life of inaction and just apply to random jobs and message people, that's just not going to work. You have to build an image, you have to connect with people, you have to you know, even if those connections you feel like they don't have high ROI, like return on investment,
mm.
you still are supposed to put yourself out there, because I would have never kind of gotten hired for this other project if I wasn't just a consistent and like, you know, active part of the community. So
Yeah, really showcasing your skills, because there's a lot of developers, they have the skills, they don't even realize that they're sitting on like a gold mine of skills that they have that they could use to make a lot of money to profit. But because they just keep it hidden on GitHub or something like that, like no one will see it. If for example you, the projects that you built, the ones that I noticed and the reason why I gave you that first project and then I hired you again, and inshallah we'll have like more deals too, is because I saw that you have those skills. I'm not some kind of mind reader where I can just see a person and can detect like everything about them and just and hire them. It's like I need to see. If I don't see it, I'll simply not do like not give any opportunities, right? And same goes for a lot of different opportunities that exist in the market. Is only when people see that you have a skill set that you can bring some value, that's when it can unlock like a range of opportunities for you. So yeah, being visible is big. That's huge.
100%.
Something I'm curious about is what are your goals for like your business goals for the next 6 to 12 months? Do you have a plan? Like how do you want to scale your business and grow more?
Yeah, so right now I'm gonna build myself a team. I'm going to make sure that, you know, I build like I build a community. I kind of put myself also like I'm gonna emphasize both of these points. You know, optimize the way I'm delivering products, and you know, have a very streamlined way of doing it, and then building a good team is part of that, obviously, right? As you grow your business, you're not going to be able to do a lot of development by yourself, but rather you're
Mm,
going to be doing a lot of management, right? And now
exactly.
also I need to put myself out more aggressively, right? I'm gonna maybe start creating content. I'm gonna start, you know, speaking to more people, like, going to conferences, whatever. If you know there is like get-togethers for companies or developers, just go there, chat, and meet new people. And I feel like this is just a setup for
Mm,
a more healthy business down the road. Inshallah.
awesome. Who would you recommend the Codebender Accelerator to? Who do you think would get value from it?
A job, who have some marketable skills, right? That gold mine that you talked about. And at the same time, they just want to be a little bit more independent. They want to start making, they want to build themselves a halal business, that doesn't really, that gives them the freedom to choose what to work on and avoid any, haram stuff that might be out there. Um, all of these things, like if you're a person like that, then you probably would like to join.
Yeah, exactly. This is we look to work with serious developers, like people who they have like a base skill set, but they're thinking like how can they make money online, like outside of their work in halal way, completely remote, flexible, and something that can like ultimately grow to replace their main like 9 to 5, like their main income essentially. That this business could become their main income and they can like way surpass it. That's our goal. So if you're watching this, if you're a developer like this, that's the exact type of people we're interested to work with. And final question, I just curious to know, and I think a lot of people watching this will be very interested. Do you have an advice for someone who is looking to get started? Imagine like you a few months ago, you're just a developer, you have some few skills, maybe you're not that versed into AI, but you want to get started. You realize that right now this is the golden age. You can make a lot of money doing this, and but you just don't know where to get started. What would you recommend? Like one action that they could take?
Yeah, the action that they could take is that they should take action, right? Because it's really, even if you don't know everything, and you're never going to know everything, right? True wisdom is realizing that uh, you know what you don't know. Like, wait, hold on. True wisdom is kind of realizing that you can't know everything, but your
Mm,
environment is going to teach you. If you're gonna be like thrown in the water, then you're gonna learn how to swim, right? But all you
mm,
need is to take action. Don't keep building these roadmaps that you created with ChatGPT. And okay, I'm gonna spend 1 year still learning about the specific technology, and only if I
yeah,
master
one
it.
year everything can change. Yeah,
Exactly. Like look at how ChatGPT was in 2023
yeah,
and now how it is today, right? So it's really, the industry is changing. Just take action. Just, even if you don't feel like you have all
mm,
of it figured out, because you will never have it all figured out,
mm,
but just, this accelerator is about taking action. And this is pretty much the big piece of advice that you took. If I haven't sent my portfolio to Zaurbek, I wouldn't have ever been hired by him, for that one project, and then at the same time for this new project, right?
mm.
And
Exactly, exactly.
yeah,
And a lot of those projects, also, what people don't realize is that they're a lot simpler than what people think in general. Is they imagine these things like, oh, this is an insane AI project. I'm not qualified. Like I need to be an expert. The reality is that a lot of those business owners that pay like $5,000, $10,000 more, they don't need things that are very complex. It's things that a lot of developers can build. But it's just that the market is evolving in a direction where now AI is spreading everywhere. And a lot of those small businesses, law firms, like home service businesses, real estate firms, etc., like recruitment services, like companies, they all need AI now. And they all need things that are not super complicated. And that's where the opportunity is for people like you, me, the people watching this. Those who will act fast, they are going to reap all the rewards. The people who are a little bit skeptic, who are like a super senior, like tech leads, staff level engineers who are super experienced, they're going to be like, oh no, like AI is just like this thing, like this is stupid, like don't believe in it. You have like this camp, then you have the camp of people who are they gave up already. They like this is the apocalypse, or like we're done, we just
it's the end.
everything is pointless. So you have those two camps, and those guys, unfortunately, they're not gonna profit at all from this revolution because they just don't take it strategically, like in a smart way. And the people who take action, like you said, maybe they're not the best developers, but the market rewards the speed of action, and people who are opportunistic and they jump on opportunities.
Yeah,
So it's a good way to close it.
sure.
Um, Ziad, just wanted to say thank you for your time. Really appreciate you coming. Congratulations again on the projects you got. Inshallah, this is just the beginning
Thanks a
for
lot.
many more success to come.
Barakallah.
And wish you all the best. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum salam.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. What's up? So I'm Zaurbek. I'm here with Ziad, one of our students in the incubator program, who is one of our students who recently started the agency and started getting clients. I think you got your first client in what, less than a month, right, of joining the
Yeah,
program.
Yeah, less than a month of joining the program.
So I just wanted to ask you here, like a few questions about your experience. I think people will be very interested to know just your journey, starting this business, having a full-time job and doing this on the side, and kind of the results that you got. Can you walk me through what was your situation before joining the incubator? What were you doing? What was
Yeah.
your experience? Did you have any experience in business before? Were you working at a job? What was your situation?
Yeah, so basically, I was working as a front-end developer with a UK company, and I was like, I've always dreamed about starting my own business. So what I did was I created like just a product called Form Checker.ai, and this
Mm.
product would check your AI form. But actually, I made $0 with this, but I'm not sure what was the problem with that business model. But yeah, the software as a service business model might not be the best to start with, even especially when you are in need of money,
Much
because like,
harder. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
much
You
harder,
need to
and
build
it
a
will need
product, you need to market it. It's much harder business to
exactly
start with. Yeah.
marketing such products will require a lot of money and effort. But yeah, so I was I was watching YouTube, and I've known Codebender from a lot of time. But then I started seeing your videos talking about the AI revolution and the agency model, and I thought, why don't I join and see the program? I've been a little bit conscious about doing the agency model, because the agency model was like, it requires a lot of effort and requires dealing with clients. But I just told myself, why don't I just join and see, and maybe there is a way around stuff, and there is a way to outsource stuff, which is what we learned in the Codebender program. And I started joining the program, and in less than a month, I was able to, through the stuff I learned, and through utilizing the power of social media, which we learned through the program, I was able to land 2 clients. I started my company with a partner. I didn't start it alone, to be honest, but my partner helped. My partner was utilizing literally the steps that was taught to us in the program, and we started posting on Facebook that we started the company and stuff. And
Mm.
then by coincidence, when I posted about my company through a Facebook post, I found this is what you are going to learn inside the program. There is something called inbound marketing, where the clients reach out to you. So I made a post about our services and stuff, and a logo about my company, and I found an old friend who is currently the COO of a company in the US. And he reached out to me, and he told me, hey man, I need your services and stuff. And I jumped on a call with him and told him about our services and AI services and what we do. And that was like a retainer program. It was a $2,000 per month deal. 1,500 were a net profit, and the 500 were just paid on ads, because it was a deal to create basic AI automations, do a website, create a website for that using AI, which is what you're going to learn in the program, to create
Mm.
your own website using AI.
So this
And
client you got it, that first client you said is purely based on your network, right? You made a post, someone reached out to you,
exactly,
then yeah. This is what a lot of people they don't believe. They're like a lot of people they think, okay, I don't have a network, I don't know anyone. There's no way I'm gonna get a client from this.
even
But yeah,
yeah,
did you believe
even
that as well? Did you think?
no, no, I didn't. I have never. I always thought like, if someone posted about his company, it must be a scam and stuff. Like, I have always suspected this, but yeah, I actually found that it's delivered results. Like, it's literally just posting a simple post on social media got
And
me
I
a
think,
client.
if I'm not mistaken, I think you haven't even tapped into the full capacity yet of your connections because you
No,
just made this one post, right? You probably maybe you reached out. I'm not sure if you reached out to like a few more people, but right now, like we're doing this competition in the community. I would actually recommend you take part in this as well because in your network there is the people that you know, right? That's one category of people, but then there is the people that they know as well, which is the second degree connections. So you can always figure out, like it doesn't exist that you don't have a network, right? Because you know your parents, right? You know siblings, you have some neighbors, you have classmates, former colleagues. All those people are people that you can reach out to, and then you can leverage them to try to know, okay, do they know my target audience? Do they know other like business owners? Like for example, here you work with a like real estate firm. What if you start working with more real estate firms and you ask everyone that you know, if they know real estate agents. Maybe someone knows a real estate agent in Dubai. Someone else knows a real estate agent somewhere in Europe, for example. And then you connect to them. You try to get an introduction, try to get their email, you reach out, and then you see what happens from there. Right? That's how you can go from a few contacts that you have in your life to get from like those 10 contacts, but maybe each of those knows like 3 people. So then you go from those 10 to 30 more people, right? And now all those 30, they might be like specifically targeted to what you want, right? Then you reach out again, and then same question. Let's say you reach out to a friend of a friend. He's a business owner. If he can work with you, amazing. If he cannot work with you, try to ask for a referral. Try to ask for another introduction. Ask for, is there someone else? Like, do you know another real estate agent if you want to work with real estate agents, for example? That's how you grow. So I think you can even tap a lot more like harder into it.
Yeah. That was 1% of the effort that we did. We actually once I enrolled in the program, I discovered like there is money everywhere. There is literally money everywhere that we have, like especially in our networks. Our networks are basically a very large bulk of money hidden behind the seal of the networks.
Yeah.
We actually and like I've started, like when I started thinking about my family, that guy works for example a law firm, that guy works for a real estate agency. How can I make use of that situation? How
It's literally like the risk that Allah has given you. Actually, if you think about this, imagine you want to start a business. You want to think, what are the advantages that Allah has already given me? What are things that I can tap into that okay, maybe I don't have advantages in the sense that I'm not popular, I don't have experience in something, but there is one thing that everyone has is the risk that Allah has given you, which city you're born in or where you live, your environment, the people around you. That's also in a way a blessing that you can utilize, right? And if you really start using that, the easiest way to land clients. We go over other strategies in the program where we go deeper into like different client acquisition methods. But what I recommend everyone to get started with, to get your first 1 to 3 clients, 100%, like jumping from your first, second degree connections, that's the easiest to get started.
Yes, exactly, indeed. That is like networking is a huge money bag that is hidden that we
And
can
you,
make.
so this is your first client, right? And very quickly you land the second client through Facebook, you mentioned. Can you tell
Yeah.
like the experience there?
Yeah, sure. So basically, but that was my partner who did this, but he was actually exploring Facebook groups. There are Facebook groups where people are stuck on technical issues. And in that Facebook group, there was a guy who wanted an API for for an AI placement of furniture on an empty room images. He was not able to implement that, but so my friend just told him about our company and reached out to him, the direct messaged him, and he told him that our company is able to provide AI services and stuff. And then we were able to jump on a call with him, and it turns out it was actually a company who was making software for a client, and that yeah. So basically, we implemented that AI API for them, and they actually were happy with the results. And then they told us that they would like us to complete their application, and the deal was like almost doubled, and we were able to land more to land a larger deal using that method.
So it started as a small deal for like a small implementation. Then they like the work that you're doing, and they're like, okay, let's make this something bigger. And you want to
Yeah.
collaborate more with them now. Is that the
Yeah,
goal?
exactly. We actually told them that promise us if we did the project the way you like and stuff. Would you like we would like to work together on more projects and stuff. And they actually told us that if you finish the application, we are happy with the results. We're going to for sure work on more deals together. And that's also a way that you can get more deals out of a single deal.
Yeah, exactly. Every client, you should try to ask for a referral, ask to try to upsell them as well. Like you work on one deal. This is what we do now, like with our clients, is we start with one deal, and then we always try to upsell them because usually businesses they need a lot of different things, right? So you might do first implementation, then you do a second, third, and inshallah, then you get them on a monthly retainer, which is like that's the best position to be in. So this
Exactly.
was all like within around a month of joining, and
Yeah.
After that, I believe there's another, like there's multiple other clients that you're in touch with.
Yeah, we were
Can you walk
actually
us through that?
yeah, we were having a lot of calls, but a lot of these clients were like they were not qualified to work with us. Some of them were we discovered that it was a student that needed to finish a project. And some of them were like
Yeah, that happens.
yeah, exactly. So we actually one of the latest client that we had a meeting with was like it was almost it was like a $25,000 deal, but we are still on the verge of closing that client. It was a
Wow.
huge platform. It was
Mhm.
it was also my partner tapping onto his network.
Wow.
He got his the sister of his fiance.
Mm.
The sister of we work was working for a large company that was dispatching orders from large companies like Amazon and stuff. Yeah, she knew the owner, and she gave us the email of that owner,
Wow.
and we were able to talk to him. We DM'd him, and he was happy to work with us, and we are actually we almost closed the deal, but we will see what else like in the next meeting we will see how it turns out to be.
Amazing. Allahumma barak. Amazing, brother. May
Allah,
Allah facilitate this deal with you for you. Yeah,
inshallah.
it's crazy, right? It's kind of like, you know, the difference between cold email and warm email is like a cold email, the reply rate, it's roughly between 1 to 2%. So this
Yeah,
means that if you would be reaching out to this business owner, like the same person, but you didn't have this introduction, you just reach out like out of the blue, it's on average in the industry is 1 to 2% chance that he would reply. When you go
yeah,
through a warm connection and you can reference someone in common that you know who referenced you, it can be 80 to 90% chance of reply rate because you come from, you know, the strange, right? Like you're like, oh, okay, my employee or this friend I have, they referred you to me. Let me see like what you're about. At least you're gonna get the reply at the minimum, right? They're gonna open it, they're gonna check, and they'll reply to you. And there's a huge difference, right? Going from 1 to 2% reply rate to an 80, 90% reply rate, it would be crazy not to use this advantage. And
I may
sometimes in
tell
life you
you.
have to go a little bit further. Like you said here, it's like your partner's fiance, sister's boss. Right? So it's
Yeah,
like multiple
exactly,
layers that you have to jump to,
exactly.
but it works, right? It's that's
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
game we're in.
Just to elaborate on the trust part,
Yeah.
when we talked to that guy, he literally did a background check about us
Uh,
to trust if he could trust to work with us or not. But so like the trusting and referrals are like plays a huge role in actually getting the deal.
exactly. Because imagine people on the internet, they make deals where they transact with thousands of dollars, like complete strangers. Imagine you with another business owner, like you make a deal, you sign a contract, and then you're gonna transact thousands of dollars work for you when you have never met the guy in person. You don't really know, right? So it relies really on trust. There's a lot of trust that has to be built in, and trust takes time to build. But the only way to get it fast is either you already know someone or the person is referred by someone else. Let's say I trust my friend and he refers you, then automatically I would trust you because I trust my friend, so he's gonna give credibility to you. Or another way to build trust is if you have a very good business funnel with a brand, you have case studies, testimonials, etc. But in general, when you start your company, you don't have any of this. Right? That's why we want to
Exactly.
leverage the people you know first, the trust that you have built in. You want to leverage that to open doors. And once you have those doors, like now that you have a few deals going on for your agency, now you can feature them on your website. Now you can talk about it to other clients. Now you're starting to build a brand and you're starting to build some reputation for your agency. So that if I go on your website, I want to check out your work, I know you're not a beginner. Right? You have done some work, you have some experience, you can reference that, and then like inshallah this can help you land like a lot of deals in the future. Yeah. How do you feel now about the business? How do you compare how you were at the beginning, how you're thinking about the agency, and how do you feel about it now?
Now I feel like there is actual money that can be made from literally starting from starting an agency. I've always been like I've always suspected the agency model and thought like it was a very bad business model. But actually, like even though I have a lot of meetings, I have a lot of pressure, but I'm really much happier than having just a job. Like I feel more comfortable and I feel happy working on my own thing. And actually there is this like we jumped from like $1,000 deals to literally $25,000 deals in less than a month, like starting my agency. But so yeah, there is. I feel much more confident in my ability to generate money and to generate extra income. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really happy.
exactly. That's the thing. Like with the agent, that's what's crazy. Is just in business in general. Is every month there's no ceiling to how much you can earn. At job, you're
Exactly.
always stuck at your job. You just have the fixed salary. Here, there's literally no ceiling. If you work harder, if you're smarter in your business decisions, if you get better clients, you can double, triple, quadruple even how much
Yeah.
money you make like every month. That's what's crazy about it. And the
And
SaaS,
all
what
of
you mentioned, the agency does not prevent you from building a SaaS later on. It's just an
exactly.
easier business model to start with. Like if you wanna, if you're stuck at a job and you want cash quicker and you want to be able to quit the job, have a business, it's much quicker to go down the agency route, make money, get some clients, and then you can transform whatever service you do for your agency. You can try to figure out like a way to transform that into a SaaS, right? Into like a template
Exactly.
software that you just sell on the repeat to everyone. So it doesn't close any doors. It's just a different path that you take.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly. Exactly. We also like when you code stuff, you will be able to use it in for multiple clients. You can be able to use the same software for multiple clients, and
Yeah.
it's actually there is no ceiling for what you can achieve with your own company and your own agency. And all of that, we still didn't start our YouTube channel. Like when we start to post content on AI, I believe this is going to triple our income.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna get a lot more leads because like once you leverage those first like few deals that you can get from your network, from your connections, from just posting here and there, like on Facebook, on Reddit, just doing kind of minimal effort but still getting some clients. Once you utilize that and you have a foundation going and you add something like YouTube on top, or you start creating content on LinkedIn or whatever platform, this will just accelerate the growth. You'll get more clients, more higher quality of clients as well, bigger deals that inshallah like you accelerate the whole process. Are you hiring developers right now, or you mostly
Yeah,
handle them?
no, we are indeed hiring developers. We already have back-end developers. We already have like
Right.
front-end developers
They
working
do
for
all
us.
the implementation work, right? Right, or the majority of the
Yeah,
implementation work.
yeah, the majority of the implementation is handled by other developers. I just oversee stuff, and
Yeah.
maybe sometimes I contribute by myself, but minimal contribution. Like I do, I because like with when we have more projects, we're
Yeah.
gonna need. I cannot, of course, we're going to
Of
need to
course.
scale the
Yeah.
team.
Of course, you have a job, you don't have a lot of free time available, right? So you want to be able to decouple the time you spend from the money you get.
Exactly.
Ideally, this is where I assume you want to get to, right? This is where we train in the program, where we want to get you to a stage where you're not doing any work except like a few client meetings, managing the developers, and that's it. Then everything is just flowing
Exactly.
automatically. That like in a
Exactly.
few hours a week, you get like thousands of dollars worth of income for just a few hours a week of work. Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, how much time does it take you to manage the business, to manage like the current clients that you have?
Like maybe sometimes like it could take me 2 hours per day just to have to jump on meetings with clients. Sometimes it could take me 8 hours the coding stuff for example, or if I'm going to join some technical discussions with the teams or contributing to the code. So yeah, there is no limit, but actually like when we scale the team and when we close that larger client, where
Hmm.
I will do minimal effort because I'm trying to systemize it in a way that I just manage it
Yeah,
and it flows smoothly without my intervention.
makes sense, brother. Makes sense. What is the goal like for the next couple of months? What are you trying to achieve?
I would like to start my own YouTube channel, and I would like to start productizing my services because, like as I told you, we cannot handle all different types of clients. We need to specialize in something, and we need to know the services. Once we are known, and we have a lot of reach, I would definitely use the productized service model, and I would try to maybe if like using my knowledge with clients and my knowledge in business working with clients, I will try to launch my own SaaS, uh, gathering the knowledge that I gather from working with the clients.
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. That's the next step ultimately, like down the line. We
Yeah,
had like a session where we talk about scalability. So ultimately the next step is once you have built all the systems in place, you have one niche, one product, and you sell it on repeat. At some stage, you basically build a SaaS, right? So you
Exactly.
can, yeah, you can do a full transition to it, inshallah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Who would you recommend this program to, like the Codebender Incubator? Who do you think could benefit from this?
Anyone working a job and would like to increase their income, would like to learn how actually businesses work, like because we learn different types of marketing, we learn how to deliver the projects, we learn how to deal with the client, we actually get a template of what to ask the client, because this is very important, because a lot of the time we don't know what to say, we just jump on the call and then we lose the client because they don't feel that they are being asked the right questions. And I would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to start their own business, because I believe that the agency model is the best start for anyone to start their own business. Like this is a very good model because there is no ceiling to what you could achieve and what you could earn. And you can also you will learn how to systemize it so that you will be able to manage it with minimal effort.
Exactly. And it doesn't require any capital investment. You don't have to build
No,
a product, right? It's not like a SaaS where you have to spend 6 months building a product. Here, literally, you
exactly,
can get started, and like you, in a month, you can find a client, start working, and then kick off your business, inshallah, and then grow from there.
exactly.
Thank you, brother. It was a pleasure. All the best to you. Allahumma barak. It was
Thank you.
great seeing
Thank you so much.
your growth like this past 2 months, and we'll catch up later in the community,
Thank you.
inshallah. Hey Jose, so you have been in the accelerator program for 2 months. Can you tell me which results did you get working with me inside of the accelerator?
Yes, so like in the first 15 days, I got a really big project. It's for a startup, an AI startup, where we're basically building a program for sales trainers. It's called Dylan.ai with two E's. Yeah, it was actually precisely 15 days after we started the program. And yeah, I got to know these guys
What was
direct.
the size of the project, like the size of the deal?
We started at 2.5 per month, and now we're going up the range of like 2 to 5.
Nice, nice. So it went up. It's between $2,000 and $5,000 every month that you get working for this client.
Yes, I would say so.
Nice. And what is the work that you're doing? Like, what is the? It's basically you're building the MVP app or like the SaaS app for this client, essentially, right?
Yeah, so it's really like similar to what we are exposed to in the accelerator. We basically build basically building an MVP for the AI startup using like normal tech. Building all the features, planning what features to do and how to do them with the client. So yeah, it's really rewarding because you basically own your work, and it's completely different to work like this rather than just having a salary.
Mhm. Nice. And you landed a second project, I believe, as well, right?
Yeah, so I got this one like 15 days after, and then a month or something afterwards, we got the second one, which is a voice agent. We're doing a receptionist for some clinics in the USA. Yeah, it's also related to what I learned in the accelerator. Um, it's a
And
flat
that one is
fee.
also a few $1,000 project.
Yeah, that was just a flat fee of $2,000 and 1 month's work with a lot of prospects to go forward to expand on this.
Mm.
Also, something that I want to like exacerbate because the the connections you make, like you never just stop at basically one project. Like there's always more to do and to sell. So the true value of these opportunities I got, like I feel like I'm just scratching the surface.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. And you joined the program 2 months ago, right? I remember at the time you used to work at a job, and now I believe you quit your job and you're full-time working with clients. Can
Yeah.
you tell us like how has your life changed since 2 months ago when you joined the accelerator?
Yeah, so my plan, like ever since I started like developing, was always to just be good enough until I could basically work absolutely for myself because I've had some constraints in the past, like family issues, health issues, stuff like that. So I don't really like to sell my time or sell my freedom. So decoupling my time from my work, like that's something that can make me or happy or unhappy. So as soon as I basically understood that I could do this transition, I'm not gonna lie, like I wanted to do this even before, but I just probably didn't have the courage, But I didn't want to miss this opportunity now, and I'm glad I did. Like, my life looks like, to be honest, similar in terms of like my day-to-day life, what I do, but I get to own how much I make and my happiness, like working, being able to own my work, my time, like absolutely. There's no price for that. That to me, that's priceless. So yeah,
You have a lot more flexibility now in how you handle your days, how you handle your time.
yeah. Like I have a family, so I get to be with them like all the time. Basically, I don't have to miss anything. And I can work anytime I want. Like I said, it ends up being the same because like the productive hours end up being sort of the same.
Yeah,
Like,
that makes sense.
I work remotely as well, so I cannot complain on that end. I always worked remotely, but it's different. Like it's not like it's different. It's just different.
I guess the days are similar ultimately, but the difference is that you work for yourself and you
Yes,
have more control over what you do.
yes, it's
So
absolutely
you
different.
feel like different? Like, do you feel very different compared to, let's say, like a few months ago when you were working at your job and that was your main revenue? And now, even if the hours are ultimately similar because you do work, right? You still have like you want to have a schedule, but is the way you feel different?
Oh yes, absolutely. Like I remember just driving to school, like dropping off my oldest kid at school, and I would always like ask my wife like, how much money do you think I need to make like every month for you to be 100% safe, like, and I can just do my thing. Like it would always be like in the back of my mind, like every task I worked on, every team I joined, every project, I would just have it on the back of my mind. Like you can do this alone. You don't have to be led. You can lead as well.
Mm.
And when I took the chance to own my work, like, I just wake up every day like really, really happy and proud. It's night and day in terms of like joy, personal, and even like money wise, because the money you can make like this is scalable. But the salary is not scalable. So
Mm.
that part also makes a difference.
And how big do you think your business can grow? Like you started basically a few months ago, like around 2 months ago. You have two clients now. How do you see like the next couple of months going? How do you think compared to right when you have a job, you have a salary, so it's kind of fixed, and you can
Yeah.
have a promotion or something like this. Here, obviously, when you start your business, there's a little bit more risk because it's all on you, but the upside can be also huge, right? You
Mhm.
can from month to month, you could double your salary if you have an extra client or extra few clients. How do you see? How do you feel about like the next couple of months in terms of the growth of your business?
Even in terms of risk, like that's something I would also like to address. So I think that if we are realistic, like having a fixed salary is a much bigger risk than trying to get clients based. So if like someone that is in a job, like if you just try to get like two or three clients and see how easy it is, like because it really is so much easier than getting a job, like you'll feel that there's no risk at all. If you do some things like it's how Zaurbek says, like what can you do that will basically guarantee that you can reach your goals? You can create a plan to basically make sure that there is no risk. And like in terms of growth, like from the clients I got, like honestly, the only thing I'm afraid of right now is scaling too quickly because I see how easy it is to find clients in this AI like space. Personally, like I'm more in the automation like agents space, and like I've sold agents in birthday parties, like everywhere basically. Like you just need to reach out to people, and you will see that everybody wants this and needs this. There's a lot of money being put into this, so I just need to basically have some people to help me so I can scale this to infinite. Like I don't see a limit on how much I can make on the business side. So I would say that
Exactly.
yeah,
And I love what you said about like the risk of having a job versus the risk of starting like your business offering AI services is with a job, if you lose it, that's it. It's your 100% of your source of income is gone, right? If you lose the job. You know the job is a bit more stable because every month you know the salary. But if you lose it, that's it. All your income is gone. If you have a business
yeah,
with multiple clients, you will need to lose every single client for your income to go down to zero. And
yeah,
ideally, if you scale a business, you have multiple clients, that's like multiple salaries coming in your bank account. And you'd
yeah,
have to lose all of them really to be at full risk. So I like
exactly.
what you said. And exactly right now, for the next few years, the opportunity is just insane. Because everywhere you go, like every business out there, they're looking to add some AI automation, some AI agent, and most of them they don't know who to talk to. They don't know who can do
Yeah,
that for
like
them, you know.
that's exactly true. Like I was just remembering, like even yesterday, like I went to a clinic just for a health checkup, and they asked me what I did. I just said I do like AI agents. They're like, "Oh, we need you." Like, okay, do you have money? I can give you whatever you want. You know, so basically everybody wants this. Like everybody, like I feel like everybody on the back of their mind, like especially business owners, like they feel like they're missing out, and they need somebody to like teach them how to write and get the competitive advantage that AI can give them. So
Mhm.
the work itself, like the development itself, is nothing special. But the way to communicate that to businesses, you know, like being the bridge between the technical aspect, which as a developer you should already like know how to do. Like if you learn how to communicate your skills and the value that your skills can give them, like the world is yours. I really that and
100%. Yeah.
in the accelerator, like we get really exposed to that as well.
I remember also before you joined the accelerator, like when we were speaking together, you told
Mhm.
me you're working at the job, but you really didn't like, or you didn't want to stay at the job much longer because you thought it was boring and you really wanted to start your business. Like you said, it was your ultimate goal. How long were you feeling that way before joining the accelerator, and what made you want to actually join, like take this step?
Yeah, I felt that like ever since my first like internship, um, I always wanted to do it by myself, but I just didn't have the confidence. I just built my confidence over time, basically. Um,
It was basically a few years that you had this in your head, like I want to start a business.
yeah, like I even remember like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, like I still have my first like GPTs, like my first questions. I remember like trying out ChatGPT and thinking, like, okay, this is gonna change the world. When people like pick up on this, like it's game over. I should like drop everything I do and focus 100% on this. And I 1 year passed, 2 years passed, you know, and I saw the people that did what I should have done, reaping the fruits of what I that I could have like reaped for myself. So I didn't want to do it again. Like I refused to just miss on this opportunity, and I just took the chance.
Business really rewards speed. That's something big, like in business. Like speed is like the people who act fast. They see opportunities, they jump into them. Like they reap usually most of the rewards.
Yeah.
Speed is as soon as you see an opportunity going. But what made you actually want to join the accelerator? I'm curious. So like you had all those thoughts, you probably discovered this somewhere on YouTube or somewhere else. What made you actually want to join?
Yes, so I basically wanted to act on my bias for action. I didn't want to overthink. So, like, one day you were just on my suggested videos. Basically, like, I don't even know what I was doing, but I just watched like two videos and decided to book a call. And that's it. I didn't know how much it cost, like, what we were supposed to do. Because, okay, this guy is called the Codebender, so he likes anime. I like anime. Okay, let's book a call. That's it, basically. And yeah, I just went head first. I always spent a lot and invested a lot of my time on learning and finding like great mentors. I have really good mentors around me, and there is no point in trying to find like the absolute very like the best thing in the world because all of them like if they're good, they're good. You know, this one like it's clearly really good. You know, your program is clearly exactly what I was working for, but people shouldn't just stop and analyze because when they do that, they will never move forward. It's like what you're saying. So you just
Yeah,
got
you get stuck in like analysis paralysis. You get stuck, and then you don't do anything, and the whole like air revolution will just pass
yeah.
in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to go through that again. Like I've seen like a couple people like, but they sounded like more salesy. I think that you also like felt more, relatable and just like a normal guy. So I went
I
forward.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. And who would you recommend this program to? Who do you think would really benefit from this?
and like if you're watching this, like if you're watching like so far, I think this is for anyone listening because like anybody consuming this content that we are producing like in this very moment is someone that has that itch that knows that they want to move forward, that they want to do something, and they just shouldn't wait and carry on. I know this can sound like salesy, but it's exactly what I did, and I'm not. I don't look back.
Do you
I think.
have any advice for people?
Yeah. Go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that this is for anyone that wants this. Basically, there are a
Like
lot of
any developer who wants to monetize their skills,
yeah,
start like a business in this AI revolution, basically.
yeah. Like this is the best time to be a developer. Like I see all the time people crying like, oh, this is really bad. Oh, we're gonna get replaced. Who knows how to pilot this better than developers? Like nobody. We have like normally like entrepreneurial minds, problem solving minds. Like we can transition into this type of technology like faster than anybody else. Like, this is the best time to be a developer. So yeah, like just learn how to if you want to learn how to make more money and be like in the forefront, in the vanguard of what is happening right now, just go accelerator and learn how to do it. Like it's not complicated decision.
Is there any advice that you have for, imagine someone who is where you were a few months ago, right before joining? Is there any advice that you would have for them?
Yeah, man, just don't be a coward. Don't be a coward. If it was speaking to myself, like don't be a coward. Like this stuff. Like it doesn't matter if you compare other people with yourself. Like, anybody can do this. Uh, Technical skills like intelligence, they will not hinder you. The only thing that will hinder you is not talking to people, always overthinking things. Like I used to not talk enough, and now I just don't care if I don't look pretty or if I'm not speaking like perfect, or if I know exactly what I'm doing at every single time. I don't care. I just go ahead, I talk, and it works, man. Your network is your network. Like I remember hearing this as a kid. Like I didn't understand what this meant, but I see it now. I see it now. Like it, and you never know.
Exactly.
Like I normally say to my friends, like drop every seed that you can because you never know how much it will grow. Like the biggest businesses, the biggest opportunities, like this, like your connection, the projects I have, they all came from things that I would never expect them to come from. This is not to say that you cannot predict how to create those opportunities. It's just that you should be open to be surprised. Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's the reason why you have those projects that you landed and someone else didn't, right?
yeah,
There are developers who are more talented than you, they're more experienced, they have more years of experience, and yet they might not be able to land a single client, or they might even be laid off, right? And looking for their next job at this stage, and they have like zero income.
yeah,
It's in the market. What a lot of people don't understand is that it's not the best developers who will win
yeah,
at this stage, especially. It's really the people who take action, who are entrepreneurial, who go fast. They see the opportunity in the market and they jump on it. They're opportunistic. That's
yeah,
exactly those that will
yeah,
win. Because for a lot of those projects, you don't need to be like a super like a genius programmer in order to deliver on what those businesses need.
yeah,
A lot of businesses they need things that are not extremely complicated. There's a wide range of developers who can deliver on it. But the ones who are gonna land those deals and who will profit from it and who will build those relationships and they will grow more and more, they are the ones who are opportunistic. They take action. They go fast.
yeah,
And we have only a few years. That's what I keep reminding people is if we look at the past trends in history, it's only a few years time. Like when the internet appeared, there was a few years that was golden. There is always a way later to sell those services, but then it's much more competitive. It's
yeah,
much harder. The opportunity that is gold, where it's easy to start those things, it's only for a few years. Same thing when social media came out and people would start those social media like marketing agencies. For a few years, it was so easy to land clients and make a lot of money. And after that, when everyone jumped into the market, the competition became too high. And then you had to be really good to stand out.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works. Like when the market matures, it's always possible to make money. It's always possible to do those things, but you have to be much better. You have to be much more professional,
Mhm.
better service because people know that okay, I can go with this one or this one or this one. Then start comparing prices, start
Yeah.
comparing like quality, experience, etc., etc. So it gets harder to begin.
Mhm. Definitely. I remember like on the SMMA hype, a couple years ago. Like, that's also something that I missed on. Like I knew I could have done that as well. Like every once in a while,
Drop
like
shipping was another trend, right?
yeah, man. Every once in a while, like something like this comes up. But I think that AI, like in our lifetime, like I don't know the future, but I don't think that every any opportunity will come close to what we're living right now. It's crazy. It's absolutely like crazy.
Yeah, like SMMA, drop shipping, etc. Like crypto,
Yeah,
it has
well,
nothing to do with AI. Just the scale is AI
it's
is just a
absolutely
completely
different.
different scale.
It's different. It's different. There's so much money being poured into this. Like every business in the world, like needs this. Everybody can profit from you. So if you can communicate that profit, like it's GG. It's game over. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Jose, thank you for your time. I appreciate that a lot. Congratulations again on your success and wish you all the best.
Thanks, man. See you at Accelerate.
Hope this motivated you. You could be one of those stories. If you want me and my team to help you scale this side business, we could actually partner with you on your first deals to make sure that you're successful and you're landing clients fast. If you're interested, go to the first link in the description, thecodebender.com. You can apply there to get the mentorship, and we guarantee you that you'll make money, otherwise we refund you. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.